Hey everybody, Ben here for the Bonehead podcast, and welcome to Star Player Spotlight Glotl Stop. We are looking at every star player in Blood Bowl 2020, whether it's rulebook, Spike magazine, individual releases, whatever. Now, we've got three very cool new star players landing with the Amazon release this weekend, and they've revealed the rules for two of them, but not the full rules for Glotl Stop. Now, this is an absolute machine of a star player, Croxagore, and I couldn't wait to share the stats and skills because it's just an absolute monster. I guess the first thing we have to say before we delve into why this dude is so awesome is that it is only playing for Lustrian Super League. That's it. There's only one tag, and that means there's only 3 teams currently in Blood Bowl sitting in the Lustrian Super League. I'm still hoping for that Croxagore team or Chameleon Skink team or something. Anyway, Lizardman team, Amazon teams, which have come out now in Spike 15, and the Slan team from the NAF can all take this star player. Now, Slan have got expensive positionals. Lizardman are a very pricey team. Amazon's 22, the new edition, still very affordable, so they may just be able to take this monstrous big guy. Okay, so let's have a look at his full stats and his special power there. So Glotl Stop plays for Luster in the Super League. Movement 6, same as a Croxagore. Strength 6, +1 strength versus a Croxagore. This is Morg tier skill. Strength. Okay, Morg, Grashnak are currently the only 2 strength 6 players out there. You've got Deeproot, who's strength 7. Okay, that's fair enough. So he is going to be one of the top 5 strongest stars that you can take. So immediately, the model's amazing. The stat line, pretty good so far. Edge 5+ is exactly what you expect from a Croxagore, even a star player Croxagore, and passing 0 means nothing except watch out for him to be a bomber dribble snot target, or actually just a fungus flinger. Watch out for bombers. Always watch out for bombers. So armor 10+, again, exactly what you'd expect from a Croxagore star player. Animal Savagery. So when this guy activates, you have to roll a dice. If he's punching someone or intending to punch someone, i.e. if he's making a block action or a blitz action, it's a 2+. If you're just making him move or throw, can't throw. So, if you're making him move around, then it's going to be a 4+. If he fails that die roll, he will punch one of the friendly team players adjacent to him. If there's no team player adjacent to him, then he just fails his action and he screams into space. Doesn't lose his tackle zones, but that is the end of that action. So if you declare a blitz with Glotl Stop, make sure that there is a friend next door to punch so you can pull it off. Loner is fine. 4+ is what you get for star players, right? Frenzy. Strength 6 Frenzy. Grashnak is amazing because he has Strength 6. Frenzy, Glotl Stop at Strength 6, and Frenzy is an absolute powerhouse. Now, Mighty Blow +1 ties in with that really nicely. Prehensile Tail, it makes a lot of sense. He's a Croxagore, that's kind of their deal, right? Stand Firm and Thick Skull. Thick Skull, again, Croxagore skill. So Stand Firm and Frenzy is phenomenally good as a combination. It's not an active combination, it is a defensive combination. So you can send Glotl Stop off surfing dudes along the sideline, and because he's got Stand Firm, unless your opponent's got Juggernaut, he's going to be okay, which is really useful when you are paying 270k for this star player. So he is a big price tag. 270k. We expected him to be sort of 250, but having that full stat set, it's not bad. It is a very, very expensive star player, and I'm gonna chuck out there, Griff is 280, and Griff changes games. However, Griff, I don't believe, plays for Lustrian Super League. He might do. He probably does. Anyway, you can take Glotl Stop at 270, which means he's very affordable as a Croxagore upgrade. If you consider the fact that you would be paying, 140k for a Croxagore in a Slan team or a Lizardman team, for 130k more, your Croxagore gets Frenzy, Animal Savagery instead of Bonehead, which is better, believe it or not, Stand Firm as well, and he's just Strength 6, so he becomes an absolute monster. 130k upgrade on a Croxagore, 270k if you are running Amazons. Now, Amazons, we've seen the rosters now, they're running a little bit on the cheap side. Their rerolls being a little bit more expensive than historical definitely changes things, but you can fit a very reasonable roster in at 940 or whatever. So at 1100 1200 TV tournament, you should be able to wangle things around and take Glotl Stop, especially if you use leader reroll. Anyway, he is affordable in that regard. But that is not all. Primal Savagery is his star player special power, and it is a pretty fun one. So where he's got Animal Savagery, basically, Primal Savagery? Primal Savagery is the star player skill, and Primal Savagery will kick in once per game. When Glotl fails an Animal Savagery roll, it may lash out at an opposition player rather than a teammate. So this is awesome. You chuck him in the thick of things. Quite frankly, he's got strength 6 frenzy. He's going to end up in the thick of things, and he's got prehensile tail, so dudes are going to struggle to escape. The best case scenario in that situation is that he fails Animal Savagery, lashes out, just straight up armor rolls with Mighty Blow against a standing player on your opposition's team, and then he can go and Mighty Blow frenzy them as well. That's just it's not going to happen too often, but I think you're likely to be able to pull that off once per game. If you can, it's going to be awesome. Quite frankly, though, that's just the cherry on top. This guy is expensive at 270, but he gives you a ton of muscle and removal. So really excited about that element of the player. We have to talk about the glaring downside here, which is you are paying 270k for a big guy that has no combat skills at all. So if you talk about making good decisions with good Blood Bowl technique, then actually running a big guy without block is always risky. I love that this guy is strength 6 and frenzy. That means he can basically 2-die infinitely. But if you think about it, the fact he's loner 4+, no combat skills, and strength 6, he's going to be rolling 2-die blocks without block with loner 4+, which is technically exactly what you get from your standard Kroxigor. So I'm loving Glotl Stop. I think he's an absolute tank, but it would be irresponsible of me not to call out that ultimately he's a loner 4+ piece with no combat skill. So if you're taking him, it's gonna go badly sometimes, and you're not going to be able to fandangle your way out of it. Primal Savagery is great. Animal Savagery is a brilliant skill. You will always be able to use him, but unless you can always get that extra support in there for a 3-die block, it is always going to be as risky to block with Glotl Stop as it is with a standard Kroxigor, with the additional plus and minus that it is a frenzy block. So sometimes you're going to be stacking 4 or 6-die blocks, which is awesome. But that's more dice, and more dice gives you more chance to fail. And with loner 4+, it is just a really hard situation when he frenzies someone, push, never mind, follow up, both down, and what do? You got a 4+ roll at another go, and if you've watched Bonehead Championship or 7 Super Series, you will know that the loner reroll can be an absolute killer. So Glotl Stop, definitely watch out for that. In fact, I would say Glotl Stop and think about whether you want to run it. So let's talk miniatures for Glotl Stop. Obviously, there is the miniature from Forge World for Glotl Stop. Now, this one comes in currently at 31 UK pounds. Now, people in America right now, according to the economy, are going to be thinking, brilliant. I think Forge World is still ramping up the US dollar price. Anyway, you can get this model. We've got this model on the way, and we will do an unboxing as soon as it arrives here, if I'm still in the country. If I'm not in the country, you'll have to wait till I get back from my holidays. So I absolutely love this model. We talked about this on the podcast. We talked about it when it dropped. It is the coolest Games Workshop Kroxigor model they've ever done. Like, straight up. The posing is so Blood Bowl. The armor is just wonderful. And I love that he's got this alligator, not crocodile, alligator head that is very different to the other Kroxigor. The other Kroxigor, it kind of has this T-Rex vibe, right, which is awesome all of itself. This guy having that Allosaurus vibe is just so cool, and I cannot wait for a third party to drop a model that looks like this. Oh wait, they did. There's an alternative model for this one, and again, we've got an unboxing coming for that soon. Let's have a look. And that model is Zorel White Scales from Grebo Games. So Grebo Games are not slow to the pulse, are they? They are on it. No, wait, they're not slow to the line. They're quick with the pulse. I don't know. They're just awesome. I love their models. I love their sculpting. And this guy does not disappoint. So the Grebo Games big guys tend to have big upper torsos. It's their vibe. It fits in with the kind of WoW aesthetic that their teams have. But dude, this is a fantastic Kroxigor alternative. This one is 20 euros from their website, and knowing Grebo Games, if you order it, it will be there yesterday, because that's just how fast they are. Again, we've got this one en route to us, and we'll do an unboxing as soon as it arrives. It is a very cool alternative. But the good thing, and this is probably one of the first times I've said this in a Star Player Spotlight, I don't care which way you go. They're both brilliant models. This is a really fun sculpt, and it works beautifully, and it's 20 euros. The Games Workshop one is £31, and it's Forge World resin, but it is also a brilliant sculpt. And I do just have to shout out there that if you do have a 3D printer, Brute Fun's Kroxigor is an absolute tank as well. You can upscale him, and he is just an absolute brute of a Star Player. I had an accident with this guy. Yeah, so there are a ton of cool Kroxigor models out there. So really, it doesn't matter. As long as your Kroxigor is looking very cool, you're good to go as using him for Glotl Stop. Okay, so that wraps up our video on Glotl Stop. I do like this graphic. It is a nice graphic. It is a lovely model. There we go. We'll do that. So it is a very cool Star Player, and I think the TLDR version of it is great strength, great frenzy, great animal savagery, expensive, no combat cost. He is going to be a lot of fun to run, but he is probably not the best option for you competitively. If you need some muscle in a league, Glotl Stop is going to do a wonderful job. If you are in that Lustrian Super League region, then yeah, he's definitely worth looking at. I guess I've got to say, finally, Mighty Zug gives you a similar experience with a better skill set at less value. So, cool model. Love the theme. Love the skill set. The price is good. The price is okay, but it may not be the most competitive version of a big guy for your team, but he is going to be a ton of fun because he's strength 6 and frenzy with Mighty Blow. That's just awesome. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of Glotl Stop, and we'll be back very soon with more Blood Bowl content. Happy blocking. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the channel even further, please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. Or come join us on YouTube Members or in Patreon, where you can get exclusive access to some content, some loot, early access to basically everything we do, as well as regular competitions. Or you can pick up some Bonehead Podcast loot either on our website at boneheadpodcast.com. We've got the Dungeon Bowl things, we've got tokens and stuff like that, or on our Spreadshirt site as well. Everything you do just helps us make more content and hopefully do it of better quality. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Happy blocking.